The storm howled like a banshee, each gust rattling the ancient monastery walls. Inside, Brother Matthias, hunched over a flickering candle, deciphered a forbidden tome. Its leather cover, cracked and unholy, whispered of rituals that defied God and danced with demons.
Curiosity, a sin I loathe to admit, gnaws at me. Tonight the storm mirrors my turmoil.
Suddenly, a page fluttered open, revealing a sigil that pulsed with an unholy red glow. Compelled by an unseen force, Matthias traced the symbol in the air. The wind outside shrieked to a crescendo, and the candle flame twisted into a serpent of black fire. A bone-chilling laughter echoed through the hall, a sound devoid of humanity. Panic clawed at him, but before he could react, the air crackled with dark energy.
Foolish mortal, you have awakened one far older than your fleeting existence.
Terror choked Matthias's throat. This was no demon, it was a being of unimaginable power, an ancient evil perhaps predating God himself. Just as the creature lunged, a voice boomed through the chamber. A weathered monk, Brother Thaddeus, his face etched with righteous fury, brandished a crucifix fashioned from bone.
By the blood of Christ, foul entity, return whence you came.
The laughter stopped. The creature hissed, a sound like hot coals sizzling. A battle ensued. Holy fire clashing against unholy darkness. The room itself seemed to be warping under the strain, the air thick with the stench of burning flesh and brimstone. Matthias, writhing in agony, watched as Thaddeus, despite his frailty, fought with the ferocity of a cornered lion, each word a sacred weapon. But the battle was turning. The creature, enraged, pushed back the holy aura.
In a desperate gamble, I reached for the fallen tome. Ignoring the searing pain, I ripped out a page with the sigil. The ground trembled as I held it aloft, facing the creature.
Then a chuckle, soft, insidious. Not the creature's booming laughter, but something different, something human. Matthias flicked his gaze towards the crucifix Thaddeus held aloft. The bone Jesus, carved with such devotion, now wore a sardonic smirk. The revelation hit him like a hammer blow. Thaddeus wasn't their savior, he was the orchestrator. He'd used Matthias to unleash an even older evil, one that could wear the mask of good, whispering lies in a holy voice.
No, this can't be.
Welcome to the New Order, brother.
Matthias's scream, choked with despair and betrayal, echoed through the empty halls, the only answer a chilling whisper from the crucifix. The dawn broke with an eerie stillness, the sun's light struggling to pierce through the thick clouds that lingered ominously over the landscape. The once grand monastery now lay in ruins, a testament to the malevolent forces that had been unleashed within its sacred walls.
Matthias, now a vessel of ancient evil, roamed the countryside, his eyes glowing with an unholy light. The entity within him reveled in the destruction, its power growing with each passing moment.
It whispered dark promises into Matthias's mind, urging him to spread its influence, to bring about a new era of darkness.
But Matthias fought back, clinging to the last vestiges of his humanity. As he wandered through the desolate landscape, he encountered other villages and settlements. The people, unaware of the horror that had befallen the monastery, welcomed him with open arms. But Matthias knew that he was a harbinger of doom, and he kept his distance, fearing what the entity might do. One night, as he camped near a small village, he felt a strange presence. It was a flicker of hope, a glimmer of light in the darkness that surrounded him. He followed the feeling, drawn to a secluded grove where an old woman sat by a fire, her eyes wise and knowing. She looked up as he approached, her gaze piercing through the shadows that clung to him.
"You are not beyond redemption, Matthias," she said, her voice gentle but firm. "There is still a way to free yourself from the entity's grasp."
Matthias fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face.
How? He pleaded. Tell me how to rid myself of this curse.
The old woman smiled, her eyes filled with compassion. "You must journey to the ancient temple of Luminara, hidden deep within the forgotten forest. There, you will find the light of purity, a powerful relic that can cleanse your soul and banish the entity."
Matthias felt a surge of hope, but it was quickly tempered by the entity's anger.
It roared within him, its dark energy flaring. "You cannot escape me, Matthias," it hissed. "You will never find the temple."
But Matthias was determined. He thanked the old woman and set off on his journey, guided by the faint glimmer of hope that she had given him. The path to the forgotten forest was treacherous, filled with dangers both natural and supernatural. The air was thick with enchantment, and Matthias could feel the presence of countless spirits watching him. The Forgotten Forest was a place of ancient magic, its trees towering high above, their branches intertwined like a protective canopy.
I know the temple is close, but the entity's influence grows stronger with each step.
The temple was a marvel of ancient architecture, its walls adorned with intricate carvings that glowed with a faint otherworldly light. Matthias felt a sense of awe and reverence as he approached the entrance. After what felt like an eternity, he finally emerged into a clearing. There, bathed in a soft, ethereal light, stood the ancient temple of Luminara. Matthias pushed through the dense undergrowth, the shadows whispering threats and promises in his ears. He ignored them, focused solely on his goal.
"You cannot enter. You belong to me."
Matthias hesitated, the entity's power overwhelming. But then he remembered the old woman's words, the hope she had given him.
I must do this. I have to.
He took a deep breath and stepped forward, crossing the threshold into the temple. Inside the temple, the air was filled with a serene, calming energy. Matthias felt the entity's power weaken, its hold on him loosening. He followed the path through the temple, guided by the soft glow of the carvings on the walls. At the heart of the temple, he found the light of purity. It was a crystal suspended in midair, its light radiating with a pure, cleansing energy.
This is it, the light of purity.
Matthias felt a surge of hope as he approached the crystal, but the entity made one last, desperate attempt to stop him.
"You cannot do this. I will destroy you."
But Matthias was resolute. He reached out and touched the crystal, its light enveloping him in a warm, comforting embrace. He felt the entity's dark energy surge, but it was no match for the power of the light of purity. With a final agonized scream, the entity was banished, its essence torn from Matthias's soul. He collapsed to the floor, exhausted but free. Matthias made his way back to the monastery, determined to rebuild and restore what had been lost. He knew that it would be a long and difficult journey, but he was no longer afraid. The light of purity had given him the strength and courage to face any challenge. As he approached the ruins of the monastery, he was greeted by a group of monks who had survived the initial destruction. They had been hiding, waiting for the darkness to pass.
I have returned, and I bring with me the power of the light of purity.
Matthias told them of his journey and the power of the light of purity. Together they began the process of rebuilding the monastery, infusing it with the pure, cleansing energy that Matthias had brought back. The shadows that had once haunted the halls were banished, replaced by a sense of peace and tranquility. Matthias knew that there would always be darkness in the world, but he also knew that there was light. He had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, ready to spread the light and hope to others.
We will rebuild and we will thrive.
As the sun rose over the horizon, casting its warm light over the restored monastery, Matthias felt a sense of fulfillment. He had found redemption, not just for himself, but for the monastery and the people who had suffered. The light of purity had shown him the way. and he would continue to follow its guidance. Years passed, and the monastery flourished, becoming a beacon of hope and light in a world often shrouded in darkness. Matthias continued to serve as a protector and guide, using the power of the light of purity to help those in need. He traveled far and wide, spreading the message of hope and redemption. He encountered many challenges, but he faced them with unwavering courage and determination. The entity that had once plagued him was gone, but its memory served as a reminder of the darkness that could be overcome.
I will never forget what I faced, but I will use it to help others find their way.
Matthias's story became a legend, a tale of redemption and the triumph of light over darkness. The ancient temple of Luminara remained a sacred place, visited by those seeking guidance and strength. The light of purity continued to shine, its power a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. In the end, Matthias had found his true purpose. He had faced the darkest parts of himself and emerged stronger, ready to lead others towards the light. His journey had been long and arduous, but it had been worth it. He had found redemption, and in doing so, he had given hope to countless others. The legacy of Brother Matthias and the light of purity would endure, a beacon of hope in a world that would always need the light.